Welcome everyone, Questini here with my campaign guide for Boris Ursus in Total War Warhammer 3 Immortal Empires, and in this particular video I am going to try and win this particular campaign in 15 turns or less. Though to be honest, this campaign can be over in like 10 turns. Let's just go over the victory conditions. Just defeat Archaon and defeat the Bloody Sword. Long campaign, defeat Legion of Chaos, Wintertooth, and Herald of Tempest. You don't really have to worry too much about that, though certainly you will want to deal with Daniel. Now, I am using unresolved mods, though I will fight the battles against Archaon and maybe Tamarkan manually, but most of the battles in Boris Ursus' campaign can actually be unresolved, including Archaon. That's because he starts with such a ridiculously powerful army between Sargard, Armor Consters, and Warbear Riders that he is in an enormously powerful position. We want to invoke Urson. The reason we want to invoke Urson is because we want to get enough supporters to support Ice Court, because it's going to give us a growth benefit. And now we're just going to take over here this particular settlement, just get the Tower of Torment. You cannot resolve these battles by default anyway. And right here, we're just going to pick up some regular Cossars. Now I do have Shadows Change, but I'm not really going to use that. Get a Root Marcher, get Inspiring Presence, get troops, get another lord if you feel like it. Though one of the things I would recommend in this particular campaign is to save up a bunch of Frost Maidens. Play Castalton's campaign in Realms of Chaos, set it on easy, and then just pick up some of these Frost Maidens with good traits. You can also go to a more extreme end and get a lord with Tamarkan's defeat trait that you can load up. You want to start researching Ice Sculpting because you want that extra capacity, so you have a Patriarch, you can get the Frost Maiden pretty early on in this campaign. And yeah, just gonna get some Armor Cossars, and then just gonna skip ahead a couple of turns because what we're gonna do here is just march to take this entire province. You don't have to worry about Archaon or these Nurglings right here. Like Malachi is going to deal with this initial army very, very quickly, so there's no real threat. Also, fun fact, because of the changes with Epidemius and the Demon Prince, it used to be that this particular faction over here of Tzeentch would be an issue for you to deal with. But now, it no longer is, because they're at war with Epidemius and the Demon Prince, so they're going to be wiped out. And that also crucially gives you time. On top of that, because Krakach Rock is now under Malachi's control, you no longer have to worry about Kislev falling, though you may want to let them suffer a bit if you want to achieve Confederation. Though you could just as easily farm Daniel for his defeat rate in order to get the Confederation. See, this is one of the benefits in Boris's campaign, that you don't have diplomatic limitations on confederating Kislev, you don't have to get enough supporters, and you can farm Daniel on multiple lords to get the Kislev relationship benefit from his defeat rate in order to achieve confederation. So, I'm just going to recruit a bunch of Cossars over here. Might even load up a lord, specifically an Ice Witch that has infantry focused. Again, play Castalton's campaign, get a bunch of these trained, load them up in Immortal Empires. Over here on turn 3, I have marched over here, recruited a bunch of regular Cossars, and we just take this particular settlement. And now I want to do something else over here. I actually want to recruit that Ice Witch Lord over here that has infantry focused, and get myself some Cossars and Armor Cossars and Kislevite Warriors. Make sure you get firing drills. Also worth pointing out that Boris Ursus' army has immunity to Chaos Wasteland attrition, but none of his other armies do. The reason I'm doing the global recruitment over here is, just want to get as many of these units up as possible, because we want to have that advantage against Archaon. And the reason I'm getting this army is because on my way back, I want to take the Burning Monolith and then go against Archaon. If you play your cards right, you can either encounter Archaon's main army, somewhere around here, or you can sneak up on his capital city and take it out. So over here, we're just gonna march on the Howling Citadel, take it out very quickly, and then just turn around and deal with Archaon. Very simple campaign. You know, there's plenty of people who say this campaign is awful. I don't know how people play it, so let's just go over it. Research complete over here, so I'm gonna get another Frost Maiden over here because we just increased capacity over there. War Sleds would be nice, so would the Control, though this one is bugged because she's rank 4, but she doesn't have any skills. Either way, we just moved this army right here. And now we're on the verge of a rebellion in this situation. So we attack here. This army will not be able to stop Boris Ursus. It's like no chance, right? Like the Boar Bear Riders could probably win this battle on their own. You sack it, because the rebellion is still gonna happen, regardless of what you do. And then you move the army outside and get rid of this particular building, repair. Over there, we actually have a good amount of money in this situation. You want to get cold storage, because what you really want is Troll Country Pathfinder over there. Over here, make sure you get firing drills and make sure you get reseller. We're gonna use reseller, in point of fact. What you want to do is get another lord over here, because we're gonna go for Yetkich and we're gonna go for the Frozen Landing, because we want to make nice with Prague, if that is possible. So rebellion will spawn. Do note here, you want to move the army outside of the settlement, because it's possible the rebellious army is going to, what they're going to do in that situation is they might decide to just put you under siege, which means you would take attrition, so try and avoid that. So let us see what ends up happening. We also get like 10 invocations of the motherland. Yeah, that's particularly great. Always go for Urson, by the way, with respect to invocations, because like at least early on, once you get, let's say 100 supporters or so, you can stop and just go dash, but early on you just want to go Urson, you want to get those 50 invocations. So just keep in mind, you do need to wait for one of the factions to actually get to 50, so you need to wait for this anyway, so it might not necessarily be that important, but I would say like early on, you know, just the first 10 turns, make sure you invoke Urson. Okay, so over here, as expected, the rebellious army did go over there and do what I expected them to do. So just take advantage of the rebellions in order to be able to get devotion and money. I think a lot of people just ignore the potential of rebellions. So over here we have another battle. Like, yeah, like the garrisons that Nurgle has, poor Corn, like freaking pathetic tier garrisons. Okay, so right here we're almost at 20 supporters. And here's the nice thing about this. Like, me taking these settlements will actually count for the sake of supporters in this situation. Though I might get another rebellion, so I might have to stop income for a bit over here. Just a bit. Get the roundhouse. Now, we're losing one control, so right now it's just worth it to stop this. Just let that sort itself out. And we're gonna get more Khazars, so obviously we are going to be affected by the situation right there.
Ursun's disciple.
Okay, for the Frost Maiden, we want to get Biting Wind. Now, the Shard Blade item reach rank 8 with Boris Ursus. We're already rank 7. And here's the thing. Once you get there, you'll get the gold. Like, you'll get gold instantly from that. Make sure you get Root Marcher over here. And that would be it for this turn. Now, regarding Archaon, he does have a tendency to move towards this particular settlement. So what we're going to do here we're going to get, well, we want to get those caravans sorted out. So we're just going to transfer over here. Like, just transfer these units to this particular army. Like, most of them. I think that I don't necessarily... Well, I can obviously replenish with Boris Ursus. So yeah, just get these units right here.
High Priest of
She's gonna take some attrition damage. We can also recruit another army over here, get the Druzina. Money is being lost, to be sure, but now we can get income. And crucially, that will allow us to recruit more Cossars. Now, you can be concerned about this Nurgle faction. Just keep in mind, Nurgle... Once you wipe out Nurgle's principal army with any faction, they won't really do that much. Now, over here, I just want the Frozen Landing. Money is potentially going to be a problem, but not necessarily a significant one. Regarding the situation with Malachi, that can be an issue, what the Wintertooth is doing. Though you can also declare war on them and to potentially deal with them in like the long term. Malachi will not go down so easily. Kind of worth saying that. Now, I just want to pay attention over here. Okay, so the All-Seeing Eye still has a good amount of power there, so I would not do that right now.
Keeper of ice magic.
So just get more units right here. What's my vacation situation? 25, very fine. I would not necessarily be too concerned about Nurgle right there. Okay, so we want to, next up, we want to go for Yetkich. We want to get both these settlements and sell them to Prague. And I would ideally like to get to port, so I'm just going to stop collecting income. Archaon is always going to come over here. He may sometimes show up near the Burning Monolith, which you can take advantage of. Alright, so in this particular case, Archaon has not moved against that particular settlement. If he had, I would have taken it myself. So, given the context here, what I am going to do is march over here. And we just encountered...
Leave now if you are prone to time wasting.
We just encountered that. I would not be too concerned on that. We could declare war on the Goromandi. We can also just give them the Frozen Landing as is. Okay, I'll take the money, because I do need it. Key to Confederation is to not ally a faction.
Bride of the ice.
Not ally a faction. Not declare war on the enemies of that faction. And that can really help you out. So yes, we're declaring war on Archaon. He might attack me in this particular situation. He may not. I don't know. But like, especially because my army is in forced march stance. So get more Cossars. Public order is looking pretty good. Supporters looking pretty good. So let's just take Yetkich. Not really concerned about that particular army. Maybe I should be, but I'm not.
Storm summoner.
Alright, next turn. Okay, at this point, Archaon has still not taken stuff, and you can see that the army that the Exquisite Pain has is still intact. I did take Yetkich. I am rebuilding it because I want to sell that to Prague.
They are two strong links in
And
the
here's the thing, though.
shackled disorder.
Like, I might be able to do some trading over here. Like, Katrin can really easily get territory here. and get Prague under her control very, very easily. Now here, I've got an ambush set up. I am going to need more money though.
You want me?
To pull this off.
No wonder.
Okay.
How divine.
So maybe just delay that. Yeah. Just delay that because once I get Boris to a high enough level, I will get that money. Like a very, very easy situation over there. Now, how you deal with Archeon, like the one critical thing about Archeon is not defeating his army. His army, compared to yours, you can do so. Like, that's not the problem. The issue is more so dealing with Archeon without him destroying half your settlements in the process, because that can be a problem. And I just lured him over here. Here's how I did it. I put this army in recruitment. So armies in recruitment that are recruiting, and for whatever reason his eyes are bugged out. Still happening, huh, CA? But here's the thing to know about this. When you're recruiting, the AI has a tendency to march towards you. Now, Archeon thinks he's very strong. Now, this is how I resolve mods. Normally I would have to fight this battle, but I'll be blunt. There's, like, it will be a difficult battle, but it's the only difficult battle. You can consider Tamarkan, maybe, but by the time you deal with Tamarkan, it's whatever. GG, well played, more or less. So, this is the battle that determines this campaign. If you can win this battle, and you certainly can, like, I've got a bunch of experienced units over here, especially those Warbear Riders. I have Magic, I have a Patriarch, I have Boris. I certainly haven't focused on his combat skill, but all the same. Let's go fight this battle on Legendary very hard with neutral AI stats modifier. On the battlefield over here, you might be tempted to engage in a certain level of corner camping. It can work, don't get me wrong on that, but it may not necessarily be the best strategy for you. So instead, what we're going to do is we're going to deploy in this particular position. And maybe actually get more, Kislevite warriors to help there. If you don't own Shadows of Change, you just get regular Cossars, right? Now, here's something that you want to do. Take your Patriarch, take your Warbear Riders, take Boris Ursus. The Patriarch, Boris Ursus, and the Warbear Riders are all mounted. And what you want to do is you want to attack the Swords of Chaos. The reason you want to attack the Swords of Chaos is, you want to do a couple of things here. There's a couple of things that you want to achieve here. That was some really fast reinforcements right there by Archeon. He's being clever. That Hell Cannon is really damn fast. Or damn accurate. Okay. So he was clever. All right there. Because see, when the AI gets reinforcements like this, it will, generally speaking... Now, Warbear Riders aren't the fastest unit, so you gotta be mindful of that. But I'm just trying to get that Hell Cannon to waste a bunch of its ammunition, really. And yeah, get those Swords of Chaos as quickly as we possibly can. We are going to take some damage, so just be careful about, like, Patriarch and all that. So just pull back at this point. They've done their job. The job, if you will, is not to win. The job is to lure a portion of the enemy cavalry into my waiting spears. See, this is the strat. It's not like, oh, I'm just looking to win against the entire enemy army. Disable guard mode, by the way. I forgot to do that. When you're dealing with that kind of situation, just disable guard mode. You will be in a better position for it. So over here. Okay. Right, let's slow down, because this is the point where you do want to slow down. And we've gotten them where we want to, kind of. Okay. But importantly, they don't have halberdiers coming in. armor costars are taking a bit of a beating, but it's fine. We can also see some of the flanking units over here. So his cavalry is split now, which is to my advantage. The moment we defeat that cavalry is the moment we win, basically. Like, that's the key. That is not good. Yeah, you gotta love that shit. Get out of there. So thankfully, spell dodging is still something that's useful. I do certainly have, let's just say, tendency of getting my my patriarchs killed. Okay, so Boris Ursus is gonna go duel with Archon, and we're gonna move the patriarch right there. But he's losing his hero, quite importantly. And he's got his entire army in a disfavorable position for him. And now we can use our lovely mages and the power they have to... Well, the battle's won. Like, we might take a lot more damage than I would have liked, to be sure, but you're not gonna go in this battle and not take a lot of damage. I'm sorry to say that. Like, if you're thinking this battle is like, oh, we're just gonna win this, it's gonna be easy. That ain't gonna happen. Not like that. Okay, regardless, those Kislevite warriors are certainly good. Let's reduce his leadership, because he does have it. And don't be afraid of using your heroes to soak some damage. Like, really. Your Tsar Guard, and actually all your units are fairly damn durable against pretty much what you want. You could corner camp, but yeah, that Hell Cannon is a painful freaking affair to deal with. So we're just going to send the Warbear Rider to deal with that. Archon is going to be dead soon enough, so it's not really an issue. I am not in friendly territory, so just let's do Bitterness of Winter. So that's reducing leadership, which is particularly useful. And buff that melee attack. The reason I went for melee attack as opposed to like regeneration is like 40 melee attack is a freaking lot. Alright, so he's gone. Disabled the guard mode over there for anyone that might still have it. And yeah, just deal with the Chaos Warriors of Khorne that Archon does start with. We're taking some leadership damage, but just reposition once you've dealt with enough of the enemy army. Hell Cannon is probably going to use a lot of its ammunition right there. Nothing you can do about it, I'm afraid. Actually, at this point, like, let the Halberdiers deal with Archon. They can. They absolutely can. The important thing is to make sure Archon dies over here, so yeah. So you can see that his entire army... Okay. And Warbear Riders can mop up the rest. Actually, let's just do it like this. Because we want to chase down the enemy army as much as we can. Archon is dead. Good. Chase it down. Let the others deal with that. Like, the Castors manning the Hell Cannon are not really a freaking threat. Yeah, battle is won. Alright, so let's consider what we achieved over here. We can go with devotion, but we can also get some replenishment. I think in this case, we got enough devotion, so go for replenishment. And while I had to move into his territory, because we're not taking cast waste attrition, that's fine. Like, this is the principal advantage of Boris Ursus. You will have to deal with Archon in every key select campaign, but it is a very vast difference between dealing with him early and dealing with him later. It's a vast difference between him having 1 regiment renown and him having freaking 10. So yeah, that's that would not be a great situation to tackle. You know what? I'm fine with that. Like, obviously I would win this battle, so it's like, who gives a shit, basically. And that's it. Archon is dead.
Bear permits us to rest.
For the Ice Court.
We lost some units, but again, who cares? What do we do now? That is a good question. A really good question. Well, we want... Next goal is to get our hands on Prague, because the benefits we will have there are pretty substantial. Make sure you get all of this. Like, you don't care about regeneration for the freaking big bears. And yeah, Regiment Renown as well. Ignore that.
Follow the bear.
So over here, we're just gonna trade these guys and then pull her out. She's gonna take some damage, but she's done her job. We don't need her there anymore. She's gonna go after the Demon Prince. You might say, well, going after Daniel is with that kind of army is not gonna work well. Sure, but actually in our Regiment Renown, if you have Shaz of Change and just getting armor Cossars, which I certainly will soon enough, it's capable. Besides, this is a siege, so if Daniel is there, it's like GG well played for him. And yeah, this is, like, even if the Cole had showed up, that would have actually been better, because yeah, I would have gained a lot from that. Okay, so he's at 30. We will... Now, one event that does happen fairly often in this campaign is Mother Earth. So your invocation costs are lower. Now, I'm not sure what triggers Mother Earth. It does seem to happen more often in Boris's campaign than in other campaigns. Can't explain it, can't really justify it, but yeah. So right now, I can get the tier 2 barracks over here in the Howling Citadel, and I've switched the commandment that removes the downsides of climate change. So right now, I don't have the construction costs extra or anything like that. I can just, you know, just build up stuff properly over here. And yeah, I'm just going to build up the province. And mind you, you could say, well, other Kislev campaigns can do this. Sure, but other Kislev campaigns can't get devotion from it. So, like, I'm literally paying, like, the devotion cost that I'm losing here is like, I'm literally paying for it right there. No problem. If I need to, though I believe you're not gaining devotion when you switch this commandment. Bit of a shame there, but still. On turn 12 over here, her into this particular settlement. We're gonna get more Cossars and just, yeah, get every structure. Archeon is dead. Now, one of the problems you're gonna face is, you know, getting your hands on Prague. So, yeah, that's Archeon. Sort it out. No problem. Get barracks here, because we're gonna sell all of this to the Saneshi faction. Now, over here, we want to trade Yetkich for maybe Plesk or whichever settlement. Volksgrad. We will take it.
For the motherland.
Now, the reason this is useful, get rid of that. One, we gain vision on Katrin, or we should. Or we would, if she had actually wiped out Igorov. Sometimes it's really weird with this. Like, sometimes you see factions just taking a lot of territory very quickly. One with Urson, also very useful ability. We also get the Golden Knight. Get Erding. Right there. Biting Wind, always good to have. Nice court. Get Tempest Mages. We're just gonna get 2 Kislevite warriors right there. And yeah, here just build the barracks. Now, I'm achieving a couple of things here. One, I just basically took all of their money. So if I were to give Volksgrad back to them, you can see that they have no money. And if I can keep doing this, eventually they will lose so much, even against those Norskins, that I will be able to get the Confederation. So that's kind of one of the keys here. So over here, getting a barracks. I do want a Patriarch, but it's not really a rush, because like I do still need to move the army there first, so it's more important to start getting those armored Cossars over there. This army, yeah, it can deal with Hammercon. Alright, turn 15. When you get this event, you can just do it with have a little talk, but that can also fail. Alright, so right here, Boris Ursus. I know I said I'd end it by turn 15. Unfortunately, sometimes you just don't have that power. There's Tamarkan. Nice, very nice. So let's just recruit more stuff. They're gonna take some attrition damage, but I'm perfectly a-okay with all of that. Get that church to a higher level and start getting Akshina recruitment. Yes, we're going there. And we're very, 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 very close to over here. Just keep training those elements. Just keep doing this, making sure they have absolutely no money whatsoever. You have all of their money. And you just keep doing this again and again and again. So a bit longer, maybe turn 20. Or maybe just that tail end, it turned 16. They love us right now. We've bankrupted them and they freaking love it. Like, seriously, they're even taking attrition damage. That's not even a joke. You gotta freaking love this shit. It's like so great, so great, so great. Good shit. I could keep doing this. I could choose not to freaking stop. I'm not exaggerating this on any way. Like, it's like, oh, you want... And people tell me Boris Ursus has a crap campaign. You sure about that, buddy? Because the way I'm standing on this, it's like, this ain't bad. This is not bad at all. I mean, can I even stop at this point? Okay, I'm gonna stop it, but basically you can do it forever. Get the trade agreement over here with them. Yeah, Boris Ursus is really hard campaign. Infinite money glitch with Kislev. And the benefit... Oh, that's a nice one. And the benefit of doing this is like, oh, Kislev has a crappy economy, it's no problem. And when I get control of Katrin, just to give you an idea.
Fear not.
So we can get Plesk, right? Trade these two. Get more money. This is so stupid. Improve confederations, because I hate doing this, but okay. And then the benefit here is we can trade Plesk to Katrin. And once she's got a foothold in that province, we can do the same thing on her. That's so freaking sweet. Well, my ambush failed is unfortunate, but on the flip side, we got this. And I could just like keep trading shit with them. That would be so freaking so fantastic, really. It's so freaking ridiculous, so absurd on every singular level. Unfortunately, I did remove their money over here, so they're not going to be able to. Or rather, I guess they invested a lot of it. Don't touch anything else. Forget everything else that you see here. Does she have a good effect? Quiet Warrior. Yeah, she's kind of crap. She's genuinely trash, so it's like, screw her. We do get him. So what do we do now? I'll take advantage of Katrin's situation. So it took me one turn longer. Just don't trade Volksgrad and you'll be fine here.
My choices are not personal.
Like, that's all you need to know. So, Tamarkan did not go into my ambush. Boo-hoo. Can't always have someone falling into your trap. Yeah, I'm gonna fight this manually. I kind of do want to fight this manually because people are like, Tamarkan is so difficult to defeat. You sure about that? I guess we're gonna find out. Alright, we just want to give the Bleeding Spire. I love abusing the AI for money. Anyone want to ally Slanesh? This is good.
General.
But you get the idea. What I'm going to do here is I'm going to start doing the same damn freaking thing with her.
A pleasure.
So now we can trade all of this. Though, keep in mind, you might end up with some unfavorable trades here and there. Keep that aspect in mind. But still.
It is our responsibility.
But you can wait a bit with that, by the way. So we still have Urson and... I'm laughing so hard. Like, oh, Boris Ursus sucks. It's like, if you say so, buddy. If you say so. Me? I'm just of the perspective some people are don't necessarily know what they should be talking about.
We know this code.
So yeah, like this is a steamroll.
Here my command.
Once I get good enough relations with Katrin, I will be able to replicate that. It's like, oh, you're losing 3,000 gold a turn. My dude, I have infinite money. Infinite. Freaking hell. Oh, and if I really want to screw over Katrin, here's what I do. Right? We trade the settlement to her, and then we declare war on Azak. Get screwed, Katrin, and then we get a guaranteed confederation when Azak just decides to obliterate Katrin. It will have to be rebuilt. I will have some difficult battles ahead, to be sure, but who gives a damn? That's essentially it. Also get the church here, right? It's like, it's obviously worth it. Now, Katrin may win against Azak, maybe. And yeah, now here's the crazy part. The more territory a faction has in a particular province, right? The more territory it has in a province, the more they're gonna want it. So if I traded Volksgrad to Katrin over here, she would want it. Now, I don't necessarily want Katrin to be bankrupt. She is, by the way. But still. But, you know, just screw it. You don't even have a confederation penalty. That's the crazy damn thing about Kislev. Oh, confederation penalty? What the hell is that? Whatever. So, I'm just gonna go fight Mr. Tamarkan over here. That is the bane of everyone's existence, apparently. Wipe him out, and then just put an end to all of this. Also, Gotrek and Felix might show up soon. One thing that you kind of want to do is make sure you give your Patriarch an Armor of Destiny if you have it. It would be pretty good. Unfortunately, I don't have it, so I'm just going to go for this particular item. So, let's go fight Tamarkan. So let's put an end to the Maggot King. Actually, will we? Or will we farm him? That's the question. Should we farm him? Like, I really don't care about this particular battle. The hard thing, the one that's tricky is genuinely like Archeon. This is not going to be a tricky battle, like, seriously. And Archeon has magic. He's got a lot of things that go for him. That's the reason I fear him, right? But this... I'm sorry, guys. Maybe I'm just mistaken. It's like, oh, Rod Knights, they're so dangerous. Say hello to Boris Ursus. And say hello to my reinforcements as well. And my war bearers. Now, of course, they're gonna do some damage. I don't dispute that. Hawks of Miska. Good stuff. Good stuff. Get these guys here to help out against those plague toads. Let's kill him. Kill Tamarkan. Oh no! Tamarkan is coming. He's gonna kill me. Whatever shall I do? Okay, I'm exaggerating a bit, but you get the idea of what I'm trying to do. Do that. Start getting the Hawks of Miska spell. Oh, but you abused the load save character system. Okay, so it's part of the game. If CA didn't want that part of the game, they could have removed it. That's not on me, boys. Just saying that much. Yeah, do another spell there. Like, I get that Tamarkan would be a lot harder if you let him build up, but that's kind of the thing in a lot of campaigns. Yeah, don't let the powerful enemy build up and you'll have an easier time. But the thing is, Tamarkan may have a difficult army to deal with, one difficult army to deal with. But the reason I don't think much of him is because he has one powerful army. But once you deal with that one powerful army, he's got nothing. Because Nurgle AI is not really going to recruit a lot of units. That's the problem. Ooh, Chaos Warriors of Nurgle. Let's just shoot them in the back. So just bear in mind this campaign was over by turn 10. And all of this was just like proving a damn point. So much for the Maga Lord. Of course, you know, if you can... I honestly consider Archeon the harder battle. Let's actually pull back a bit here. Alright, that's going to be a problem, so I'm going to need to send some guys over there to deal with that. Because, like, yeah, they're facing a lot there. So pull these guys back. Get the Kislevite warriors right there. Like, I'm not concerned. I don't really even care. There he is. The horror. Oh, difficult. Where's Kask? I just want to kill Kask. He might be a bigger danger. There he is. He's dead. Battle's won. This is the guy that a lot of players struggle with. Like, yeah, I get it. He could be a problem if you just try and defeat him with like a secondary army late game and you are dealing with entire stacks of Dreadquakes and all that, but I don't know. I fought him as Grimgor. I fought him as Kolek. It's actually like, it's just like he struggles with recruitment. If he didn't struggle with recruitment, yeah, I could see it, but Warriors of Chaos are more dangerous. Especially the sheer amount of regiments right now an Archeon can get in a long game. That's freaking dangerous. But even then, that's just still one army. Vlad is more dangerous, honestly, because like Vlad just keeps coming back and back and back, and you can certainly auto-resolve your way to it. But yeah, that's about it. What do you do after this point? Let me just go back on the campaign map and just talk about that. So what do we do now? Well, it is turn 17. I did wait an extra turn deliberately because I wanted to highlight a couple of things. But as stated, this campaign was won on turn 10. So what you want to do here, you might want to leave Tamarkan alive. You might want to leave his capital intact at the very least. And because Kolek is probably going to wipe him out at this stage. Tamarkan may wipe out Kolek, Kolek may wipe him out. But what I want to highlight here is what happens when you throw supporters one way or another. So if you support Katrin here, she gives you 20 growth. And yeah, you do get temporary diplomatic relations with Kislev. Pretty sweet. Let's actually get rid of that and just go full freaking Akshina. So Daniel, he's not going to stand a chance, really. In the most blunt possible way, I can say it over there. Daniel cannot stop you. Nothing can stop you. And at this point, like with Tamarkan's defeat rate, we can get so much more potential. And we can just keep trading settlements with Katrin and improve diplomatic relations with her until she gets to 150. And once she's at 150, assuming she has any territory left, we can do the same thing that we did with her in Prague with Draika. Oh, yes. We're gonna go there. Yes, that is freaking hilarity. The Sinnelleos might be a bit of a problem, but it's your choice what you want to do. Do you want to go over here and, you know, fight the cast dwarves and give all that territory to Grimgor and make Grimgor your ally and then march on Zarnagrund? Which you can. I've gone over strategies for Zarnagrund many times. But you certainly can. Fraught did declare war on me, so like here it certainly would be a process to get all of this, but it's not really a problem. So yeah, just keep trading territory, getting money in return from Katrin constantly. And if you want to get even more money, you can give her Volksgrad. So Plesk for one of these settlements. Just keep doing this again and again and again. Make sure she's bankrupt and she will easily confederate. Like once she loses an army, she will easily fall in line. And yeah, just keep Volksgrad in this case because it's gonna become a tier 3 settlement. Like Prague might devote more resources for that. Though here, like I might just recruit another army. Because, you know, I'm about to be attacked by Fraud. So just switch to recruitment capacity. And once you get Katrin, you can do the same with Kastaltin and get like all of Kislev under your control by turn 30. Ostanke is obviously going to be a trickier affair, but all the same, not really an issue. The bigger issue is trying to keep Tamarkan alive so you can get his defeat rate. Though it does seem in this particular case that's not going to be a problem. Daniel, easily enough. So short campaign victory condition, yeah. It was sorted out, just gotta get it. And it's even redundant, like, it's meaningless. Because the reason it's meaningless, it's like, well, great, we already got hero capacity out, as much hero capacity as we want, so what do we care? And then, after that, you have so much territorial possibility. The entire Empire, the entire mountains, the entire Darklands, the entire Mountains of Moor, good portion of Cathay. It's like, geez, the amount of potential in this campaign is freaking through the roof. And this is a campaign that a lot of people, quite a few people, believe it or not, say is a horrible campaign for Kislev. This campaign is freaking awesome. I don't know what people are talking about over here. I'm just going to wait for that port and sell it to the Norskins. Because I'm not going to focus in that particular territory right there. I might want to recruit more Kossars just because, you know, fraud. But yeah, like money is infinite. You can abuse it. And you can even go into Empire. Just like take, you know, free parts of Ostermark wherever. Once you dealt with Azak, take free parts of Ostermark, sell it to Vlad or who the hell you care to, keep one part for yourself, and then just continuously do region trading. Infinite money. Infinite freaking money. I know it's something you can use in other campaigns, but the benefit in Boris's campaign is the fact that you can confederate all the Legendary Lords. And while I don't think much of Katrin, and I do think better of Kastaltin, getting all those free Legendary Lords is certainly a significant benefit that you shouldn't laugh at. So, that's how you play this campaign. This is why this is the best Kislev campaign, by far. Like, you deal with Arkan very early, Daniel's not a problem. Tamarkan is not really a problem because you attack him so early on that he's not really going to be able to build that monumental threat that he could potentially become. And yeah, you just keep going and going and going and you don't stop. That's all I had to say. Costin signing out. Don't forget subscribe, like, and enable notifications. I know I said 15 turns. To be honest, I finished it by turn 10. Everything else was just demonstration purpose. It just takes longer to get that Confederation of Prague. Could have actually done it faster if I had moved the Lord from the Tower of Torment faster over here. Could have made that process even faster. Katrin can do it faster, by the way, with the Confederation, but Katrin doesn't hold a candle to the power Boris has. So, that's all I had to say. Stay tuned for more.